Welcome to the new moon in Taurus video. This is a very fruitful new moon occurring at 18 degrees of Taurus. So if you have anything around that point in your chart, a planet or perhaps the North Node or any other significant astrological object or aspect, then this is extra special for you. Well, first of all, a new moon is always a massive beginning, a birth of a new period, specifically a 6-month period, until the next full moon in Taurus 6 months ahead. So fresh new energies are coming in regarding these Taurus themes, especially the 18 degrees of Taurus. Something is starting, a fresh new chapter is unfolding. And so 18 degrees of Taurus is, first of all, a Virgo degree. So Virgo tells us either something about work or wanting to be of service to others more. Perhaps it is about self-care and therefore looking after your body through nutrition, or wanting to take care of it by exercise more, just overall well-being. Perhaps this is an invitation for some alternative medicine that can occur with Virgo. Maybe the theme of pets or animals or agriculture, or any form of work. So a new moon is where we see the sun and the moon together in the sky, which is why we do not actually see the moon. This is a black phase, so to speak, a void in a way in the sky, visibility-wise. It's not there. And in that dark, you can really plant some seeds. This is excellent for manifestation rituals. This is for wish fulfillment, excellent. This is just a few days after really important seasonal celebrations such as Beltane or Hydralis in the East. So it is clear that nature, which is all about, that's where the Taurus sign is all about, that nature is flourishing right now, and that it is a very fertile and fruitful time, and this new moon just enhances that. So anything you planned by now, it has an oomph, a real momentum to be able to manifest. Also because Taurus is that physical sign where it's about the tangible reality, the physical reality of money, possessions, anything that's beautiful, anything that is of high quality, but also your basic needs, food, shelter, safety, touch, pleasures, all these need to be met. The moon is very comfortable in Taurus, so this is a good time to calm, to, relax and enjoy life more. And these can be some of the things that you can manifest as well. This is the simple pleasures of life that Taurus is famous for, having a little chocolate, having, a massage, or a really nice high quality sweater, or a good bag, or if, financial situation lets you, obviously property, that is very something that Taurus likes. So your home, the garden, really stepping into nature more. And with that Virgo degree tells us, garden something, plant something. These things will have beneficial outcomes for you, for your well-being. Taurus is also not only the natural, yes, but also the organic, the down-to-earth, basic human needs, and that is also the need to connect with Mother Earth. Right next to this lunation, we find Uranus at 22 degrees. that is a Capricorn degree. So right here with, you know, the new moon being in Taurus, in a Virgo degree next to Uranus at a Capricorn degree tells me that there is massive earth energy here, and that it is, if you care about wonderful big manifestation energies that can transform into your physical reality, as I said, into either achievements, legacy, career, money, you know, wealth in whatever form you care for. This is where we can have long-term ambitions. And because we plant the seeds here, long-term ambitions have a high chance under this new moon in Taurus to materialize, to become true. But with so much earth energy and with the sextile to the you know, to Saturn here, it tells me that work is required, perhaps hard work, discipline, responsibility, keeping at task, and making sure that you accomplish. So having the eye on the prize and you know, steadiness to achieve it, to complete your goals, whatever that is for you. You know, obviously earth and water mixed here with the new moon in Taurus sextiling Saturn in Pisces is very promising. This is where you build strong, solid foundations that can carry you further for a very long time. Earth and water make, you know, a solid foundation. Yes, it is also about creativity. So it's also about understanding these creative abilities that Pisces has, this power of visualization, of imagining, of fantasizing, you know, a dream life that is necessary to actually bring it into your life as well. And then Saturn and all this earth energy gives us the weight, the seriousness, the focus to accomplish, achieve, and make your dreams happen, to anchor it, so to speak, to bring it into reality, into this earthly life. Uranus working with this is obviously a big nudge to a massive conjunction that occurred on April 21st when Uranus and Jupiter met, also at 21 degrees of Taurus, which is obviously nearby this new moon. And Uranus is making a big nudge to that again. So I highly recommend you watching my Uranus conjunct Jupiter video, because that energy is going to play out for a long time, good 14 years. But I feel that this new moon at 18 degrees of Taurus is that first big kickstart of that energy. Why? Because when that conjunction occurred, Mercury was retrograde in Aries, and by now Mercury is direct, even though it is officially in its after shadow period. I would not say that as very important here. It is direct, and that means that for the first time, or at least for the first lunation after that conjunction, which is this one, it is the first kickstart, the real coming to fruition, to materialization of whatever you wish to see in your life, whatever you would like to create and bring in to your reality. And it also, again, is related to that conjunction occurring at 21 degrees of Taurus. So if you have anything around that point, and, you know, the conjunction of April 21st touched it, then this new moon is a very big one for you. Do not forget the importance of visualization, of imagining your dream life. And then with this energy and this new moon, it is receiving the right steps, the practical, approachable to-do things, lists, items that you can really tick off and actually do and to come closer to that dream that you have. And this is also, well, clearly there's a lot of motivation for this. Clearly there's a momentum for this. And I would say that Uranus being close to the new moon is where you get the ideas again. This is where you get the concepts, the inspiration, the wild, cosmic, intuitive ideas and downloads that help you massively on this path. Now, of course, Uranus being so close here is also a lot of changes, massive shifts in the reality, perhaps dramatic, sudden, surprising events. So much earth energy with Uranus so close. This is also, the activation of natural disasters as well. This is possibly also disruptions to the food chain, or in agricultural terms, also because this new moon is making a trine to Ceres in Capricorn. So even though a trine is positive in astrology, Ceres in Capricorn is not necessarily. She is, a little depressed and grieving. In that Uranus conjunct Jupiter video, I explained to you why, which is why I recommend that video as well. There are more details that are absolutely linked to this new moon. Maybe some issues around food or shelter or other basic needs that does imply with this chart. But on the other hand, I do feel that there's also a wonderful energy to overcome all of that. And perhaps it is finding new ways, innovative ideas, innovative thoughts, futuristic, ahead of the curve, and also just a very strong manifestational energy that if you have a high level of awareness, which is also very Uranian, you start to understand, especially with also Pisces energy here involved with Saturn, is that you do not have to accept things as they are. It is an important step to acknowledge and accept the reality that you're in before you can sort of catapult out or quantum jump, something modern that we say. I know it may sound annoying, manifestation energy, but really it is. This is the building energy. Taurus is the builder. Earth and water is that building element, is where the bricks become solid and the walls cannot be torn down. So it really is manifestational energy. And to me, with a higher awareness, you understand that you can shift and navigate energies, that you do not have to accept the way it is presented, or, even if it seems that there are shortages here and there and problems with this and that, especially to these Taurian basic items such as food, shelter, and, in a way, even security and safety, the home, your possessions, money, housing. Even though clearly there are a lot of issues with that, and there is a massive inflation going on in the world economically, even though those things are part of the reality, you can still decide for yourself and your own personal reality that somehow you're going to stand above it. Now that requires a lot of mental strength, believing in your own creational powers, linking yourself up strongly to your own intuition and divine connection. And just, you know, it's just time, I feel, and definitely astrology confirms that, you know, it's time to level up and really have a higher perspective on things. And that's when things shift, you know, that's where the change happens. And the sort of welcoming problem with Uranus is that if you do not listen, it will shake you awake. It will make sure that you listen. It will create the chaos and the disruptions and the breakdowns so that, you know, you receive a higher awareness eventually. So it's like, do you want to resist the change and create a lot of discomfort for yourself? And this is personally and collectively, of course, like if you try to battle these energies, then things might get tough. But if you work with that energy, with the Uranian power, then it's where you break through and you break down the limitations, because ultimately this is about liberation. This is about authenticity. This is about doing it your way, your unique needs, your unique presence, your unique views that enrich this experience. And that higher perspective is just so needed right now. So I feel this is definitely a strong 6-month period that, you know, waking up is required. You know, wake up and smell the coffee. Perhaps this can also bring disruptions to a lot of financial systems, especially digital systems like electronic currency or bitcoins or whatever, all those, you know. A lot of nations have created their own national e-currency, you know, so it's a question of when is that going to be launched. This might be the perfect coming 6 months. Also because there is a huge disruptive moon in August, the full moon in August, that you know, if nothing happens until then to the economic system, I don't know. That one is really big. Uranian as well. I feel that we are in a very Uranian year because of that big conjunction, but because of such a strong energy of change and, you know, massive changes are going to occur in 2025. That is when I feel we are not going to recognize our reality anymore. And these are the steps that lead us there. You know, so yeah, a higher perspective, waking up to the reality that everything is energy, that everything is connected, that your authenticity is powerful, that your worth is powerful, and that you are the change, that your life matters, and that you have more control over your life, your experience than they have let you to believe, right? So this is where, again, you power up, you build the life you want. So you can further philosophize yourself, what matters to you, what is important to you, what is essential in your life, what do you deem absolutely worthy and necessary, and make sure that that is what you have and that that is your daily reality. So below this video, I will write down the exact time in GMT format. You will have to adjust that for your local time zone, because it's important with new moons to make sure that you do the wish fulfillment, the manifestation rituals, right after the new moon occurs. So never before, never on the exact moment, but like a minute or a few later, because as I said, that's the darkness and the void. And you want to plant when the cycle is starting again, and that's just a little bit after that darkness, when a little sliver of light is seen on the moon again. So the ruler of this new lunation is Venus. She's at 10 degrees of Taurus. She's at home. This is her home sign. So she's comfortable, and this is the planet of money, of relationships, of pleasure, of you know, of self-esteem, of style. So this is a moment where we want to feel comfortable. We want to feel good in everything we do and have and wear. This is, you know, the eye is on the prize, the eye is on the money. This is a Capricorn degree again. So this is long-term achievements, strong investments, strong yield, and building a legacy for yourself. Now, officially, she's actually out of bounds. So she's not making an exact astrological aspect. So she's kind of on her own in very strict terms. That means that there is an unexpected aspect to her. So Venus might feel a bit lost, not sure what's going on, where she needs to go. She's a little unusual in this moment. So that gives her a bit of that Uranian vibe, that we're not sure where this planet's gonna go and how, you know, sort of like, is she going to be weird about these topics, you know, of money and possessions and even relationships, because she is making a quincunx to the South Node. That's an uneasy relationship to another sign she rules, and related to the eclipses of this year. It means that, you know, she's a little uneasy in relationships, and it's a little uneasy to let go of toxic behavior, of toxic patterns in relationships, of, you know, over giving, over validating, needing validation, you know, caring too much for the opinions of others and pleasing others. Yeah, she's comfortable in the sign, but she's not making a lot of, you know, important relationship to the other planets. In the background, it is worth to mention that there are two significant energies going on. One is that Neptune has entered the 29 degrees of Pisces, which is the very end tail of the zodiac. 29 degrees is can be a very problematic degree of any sign. However, it can also represent mastery. If there is, you know, a process of evolution that has been taking place. But, you know, it is known to be the crisis point of, you know, it is like sort of squished in between two signs, right? It is the end of something, and it is like the kickstart of something new. And that goes for any 29 degrees, but here it is also the end of the zodiac cycle. So she's, you know, Neptune is like at that crisis point where the energy of Pisces is very heightened. You know, I think this is an energy where massive amounts of illusions can come up, massive desire for escapism, you know, self-sabotage, just being, you know, you can be deceived and lied to very easily with this energy. And also, because it's the very end of Pisces, you could also feel incredibly lost, like what's going on? I don't know where I am, what am I gonna do? Obviously, it's at the end of the end, it also means a lot of loss, a lot of removal, a lot of endings, and that can bring a lot of sadness, a lot of emotions that can feel so overwhelming, you know, with the Pisces energy. And then the push of, you know, the birth of a new cycle is on its way, but the road there requires some, perhaps, tough lessons, and it's just like, just the energy of a little bit of Aries and a lot of Pisces. So this is also perhaps tapping into your rage and also, you know, egotistical behavior of yourself or other people around you, or just, you know, people not understanding you. A lot of confusion can occur, and it is essential that you keep your head cool and straight. You know, you have to navigate this with your inner compass. You have to have a strong intuition to navigate these waters. And so you have to connect to a divine source or whatever you believe in. But it's like, you have to understand with Pisces at this degree that you're not alone in this, that you're connected to everything and everyone, and, you know, all there is. So find ways that it doesn't feel overwhelming. Find ways to calm yourself down, to relax, and to find sweet little joys. You know, find an outlet, a healthy way of escapism, you know, which is obviously creativity. This is where you need to sing, where you need to make a little dance. This is where you can work with your hands and create something. You know, you could also write a poem or anything that just clears your head and helps you process emotions and helps you at least to not overthink and really feel into your intuition, your gut power, to make sure that you're on the right path, that you're not being diverted by anybody or anything, that you're not being lied to or deceived. So if something feels off and not good, it's probably not. And you really have to trust yourself. You have to trust yourself. You have to trust yourself more than anything. And if everything feels overwhelming, because it sort of is, then that requires surrender. And so this is the moment where we all swim the waters of infinity and somehow find our soul strength and our faith, which is the only thing we can hold on to. So this is a very important time to have spiritual practices, or at least practices that you know, experience great silence and solitude. This is to become in touch with your soul and with your inner voice. This is where you pray and where you meditate, or whatever, you know, brings you calmness, walks in nature and all that. I have unlocked the video of Neptune at 29 degrees, which is a chapter of my 2024 astrology course. This is the only course, only piece of the course that I will unlock. So I hope you enjoy that. And this is also a way to get a taste of that course if you want to join for next year, which will be available near the autumn of this year. So yeah, Neptune at 29 degrees is something nobody can avoid, and we're all going to feel. And especially if you have anything around 29 degrees of Pisces, meaning the end of Pisces, or somewhere at the beginning of Aries, you're going to feel this huge pressure of Neptune, bringing up all these emotions, removing a lot of stuff and issues and people and things from your life. Neptune tests you on illusion and reality, and it can be really hard to decipher the one and the other. So yeah, it's really interesting. It's where you understand that it's a little bit true that they said everything is a Maya, everything is a dream. So you have to understand how dreams work, how reality works, and the connection in between. Obviously that calls for a massive spiritual upgrade. So yeah, that's definitely here. That's what we're working with for the coming 6 months strongly. And also there is a conjunction of that Mercury, who has been in retrograde for a whole month, okay, whole 4 weeks in Aries. He has traveled between 15 degrees and I believe 27 degrees of Aries. So if you have anything between 15 and 27 degrees of Aries, Mercury, our planet of our mind, communication, the words we use, skills we have, learning new information at all, and just evaluating the way we express, the way we need to express, what we need to learn, how do we need to be more bold, be more of a leader in our lives, be more direct. That's what we have been working with. And right now it is conjunct Chiron, deep wounds, deep traumas, that, Mercury has been working with already. So this is where a little bit of information comes in, new information. And this gives us a lot of healing, a lot of motivation, a lot of courage and self-esteem to get going, to use the spark the spark of creation that this new moon is giving us, the fertility and abundance that we should not miss. So it is a beautiful new moon, and I wish you a wonderful, wonderful time. I hope that this helps you in creating your dream life, to make it happen, to have it in your reality. So happy new moon in Taurus, and I'll see you in the next lunation situation. Take great care.